Hello there, welcome to my channel, Maze's Life, where I'm terrible at managing money, but trying to get better. So, with today's video, I am going over my Q3 financial milestones. So, let's go ahead and get started. So, as you can see here on the left-hand side, I have my financial milestones listed and categorized out. These are all of the financial milestones that I hope to complete within the 10 years from starting my current debt journey in September 2023. So I hope to have all of these milestones completed by August 2033. As you can see here in column B, I have my goal date. So you can see here the August 33 amount, but then, or not amount, but date. And then I have other dates here listed as well. Then in column C, I have my completed date, which some things I have already completed. Some things, as you can see, it was completed once, but it's no longer. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that as I now have a new goal date here. So let's go ahead and move on over. So as you can see, columns A, B, C, D, E, they are frozen. I have them on freeze pane, but the rest of these I'm able to move through fluidly, and I do that just so I can see my milestones, my goals, my completeds, and then also where I started from, no matter where I'm scrolling through on this tracker that I have. I got this tracker from Personal Finance with Layla, Debt Over It. I'll have her linked below. I hope I'm pronouncing her name wrong. I hope I'm not pronouncing her name wrong. But this is a great tracker, so I just like to use it to look at my financial milestones more than just the monthly debt confession videos that I make. But this one we're going to go over everything, including what I put in there. So I'm just going to go through that category very quickly. So here I have my Chase Freedom credit card. As you can see here, this first one, the debts are going up, and that's because I'm doing the velocity debt method. And I started doing this method because I could not cover my monthly minimums every single month. But I now can, or I now could, because I had my second job and I had the income coming in from my roommate, if you will. It was my ex who couldn't afford to move out. Basically, he wasn't providing me half the rent. He was just providing me, what, I thought was the bare minimum that I allowed him to provide. I don't want to go too much into it because it is his personal situation as well. But that is coming to an end. It already did, actually. He moved out October 1st. And then for September, my second job was a seasonal job with a baseball stadium here where I lived. And baseball season is over. Unless they make it to the playoffs, but my team did not. So, you will see, because of those two things, that I will not be contributing as much as I have these past couple of months to my debt. I'm interested maybe in getting another second job, but I have been very burnt out from all of this, and I think I want to take a break, as well as I will be out of town in October, so maybe I'll just wait until next year to get another full-time, full-year job. Sorry if you can hear that in the background, cars racing on the street. So Let's move on. My California Coast card's still closed. My Chase Edge is still closed. My USAA signature card is $0. I believe I closed it. Yes, I did. And then my City Diamond. So as you can see that it was once green. So I did pay it off. And I was actually calling to close this account. And they let me know that there was another balance transfer promotion for 6 months with 0% interest. And I said, yes, I would love to do that. I've seen comments on my account asking if I could do that, and I have tried to call each and every one of these banks to see if they can have some sort of promotion to, you know, get me to pay less interest, and they have all denied me or said no for one reason or no reason at all. But Citibank gave me this balance transfer, so I'm very happy with it. And this is the large increase because of the fee that I had to pay of 3%. But I am very hopeful that this will help me to pay off my debts quicker because instead of paying a 30% interest rate like I do with my Chase Freedom card and with my USAA rate card, whereas a 30% interest rate, but because the balance is so high, 70% goes to the interest of my monthly minimums. This, I only pay 3% at the beginning, and the rest just goes to principal. As long as I can pay it off by the goal date, which I have here in bold. So now let's move on to my Bank of America Platinums. This is a card, as you can see, it was reduced significantly because of it actually wasn't because of this card. So this was because of my second job and my roommate. I decided to tackle this card. Then with the USA rate card, you can see it's going down. Then with my Chase Sapphire card, I tackled that with this City Diamond card, or at least this half of it right here, and the other half with this new card with Wells Fargo. So I've also seen comments, or I predict comments that are going to say, okay, why didn't I just use another card instead of opening up a brand new card? And I have been denied, like I said. So I had to open up another card. I tried to open up another card as well, and I also got denied in September. So I tried to open up 2 cards in August, got denied. Tried to open up another card again in September, got approved for one, denied for the other. So I'm going to stop for a while because I've now hurt my credit score. But, some progress is better than no progress. I was able to get rid of this 30% interest rate, as well as this card had a promotion that was ending that I did not realize. So that's why I had to rush to pay it off. Alright, then you can see here my total credit card debt. We talked about that in my monthly debt confession, so I won't talk too much about that. Same with all my loans. Not going to really hit too much on that. But what I will say is, although I no longer have my second job or the money coming in from my roommate anymore, I am very happy with the progress that I've made. It's been a long time since I've been in the $60,000s, and now I'm in the $50,000 range. And I'm very happy for that. I have started this debt journey so many times before. I've had more than when I started off here with almost $70,000 debt. I've had upwards of $80,000 of debt. And I just always relapse, especially during my birthday and during the summer months. And this year, I didn't. And this is the first year where I didn't. September to September, I'm now in a year in, and I've made so much progress. It's very slow, it's very steady, like a comment that I saw today, but I'm happy with it. It's better than what I've ever been able to do. And I'm just trying to use this to motivate me to keep going, especially since, like I said, I'm very burnt out with having a second job and with my roommate situation. Alright, so now let's move on down to my debt to income ratio. So if I hover over here, so this milestone is in preparation for me buying a home. You need to have a certain debt to income ratio. I calculate that using my monthly minimum payments for all of my debts, which is currently $1,580.46, and that changes every single month based off of my credit cards. Even though the loans minimum payments stay the same, my credit card minimum payments change every single month. And then I use it also with my primary income, and not my second income or any other money that I may receive, because that is how a loan mortgager I feel like will use. I know that with second incomes they will only count that if you have 2 years worth of second income. I'm only on my first year, and it wasn't even a full year, it was only about 6 or 7 months. And so I just use off my gross primary income. Then this other financial milestone, it's not based on buying a home, but based on the fact that I one day want to be a 6-figure earner. And so I put in here the money I make gross as well, but from both of my jobs and from any other side hustle income that I may or may not want to include, as you can see here. So yeah, I want to be able to be a 6-figure earner, but just because some months I may receive like a large tax refund, or I may receive a large payment for something else, I do put that I want to make this amount 3 months in a row, just to negate any one-off months, any outliers, so to speak. Alright, so then with my emergency fund, I am going to keep my emergency fund with the $1,515. I was going back and forth with how much I wanted to put in it for a little bit. As you can see here, it's kind of fluctuated. But I'm going to keep it at this amount because I keep it in a Chase checking account. And if you have less than $1,500 daily average balance in those accounts, they charge like a $12 fee. So this will help my daily average balance in case I ever do need to withdraw. So that's why I keep this amount here. And these dashes are for, once I get over to those milestones. But I'm still working on this one. Slow and steady, slow and steady. Alright. Now I have my credit score. So as you can see from what I mentioned before, my credit score took a nosedive when I opened up that Wells Fargo card. It didn't when I was able to, use the same Citibank for, opening up a new balance transfer. But when I had to open up with a new bank, Wells Fargo, it decreased significantly. So once that improves and goes back up to around a 750, I will try to get another balance transfer. But for right now, this is where this is at. These credit scores milestones are here for when I purchase a home. You can see I track the FICO 8 and the Vantage 3. Yes, I know that neither of these is used to purchase a home. I believe it's the FICO 4, 5, and 6, but these are free. So this is why I track. Okay, so then I have these other milestones here. These are just for, when I pay off majority of my debt and I try to purchase a home. The reason why I say majority is because I'm not sure yet how I want to tackle my student loans. I don't know if I want to pay them off, if I want to try the public student loan forgiveness. I don't know yet. So, since I have a long time to worry about it, because I'll have to worry about $47,000 worth of debt before I tackle this, because this will be quicker to pay off than this. I'm not going to even worry about this amount. I'm just going to worry about it when the time comes to worry about it. Whether that's the snowball method, the avalanche method, the Dave Ramsey method, that's going to be a while before I tackle that. So I'll worry about it when I need to worry about it. Alright, then I have my buy a house financial milestone. So this, I can't really say anything, so just put like little dots here. Maybe I'll put an amount once I purchase it. I'll put the home purchase amount, maybe. Maybe. I don't think so. But I'll just say a little check for when I get it and highlight it green. But for right now, that's a long ways away. Over 3 years. So it's just going to be these little dots. Alright, then I have here my retirement investments. So I want to clarify, because I did get a comment, so I'm sure I just probably explained myself wrong. This investments are my pension that I have to contribute to. I believe it's 7 or 7.5% of my gross income. I do have another investment account out there. So a little background, when I was 18, everyone was saying, invest early, invest early. So I went to a bank and I said I would like to invest early. This is the minimum amount I can invest was $1,000. So I gave them a check for $1,000. They said, okay, $1,000. Their fee was $150. So I believe it was like $850 that got invested. They told me to invest in a traditional IRA because it would help me with my taxes. I did not pay taxes, so I should not have done that. I should have done a Roth IRA. But I was 18, I did not know what I was doing. I just wanted to invest because everybody says invest early. My biggest regret is not investing early, so that's what I did. And I just did whatever the guy told me because that's what he told me to do. I also did what everybody said, and they said to set it and forget it. So I set it and forget it. A year or two goes by, and I realized that I'm not getting any correspondence. I don't know anything about what's happening with this investment. I called the bank, and they said, oh, we sold. I said, I had no idea that you sold. They said, oh, we sent letters. If you want to know, who we sold to, call this number. I called the number, and they said, oh, yes, we have your money here. It's invested. If you have to pay like 5-10% every single month to have it invested. Not 10%, maybe 2 or 5% every single month to have invested. And I said, okay. Well, can I just have the money moved back out into my old bank? Or can I have the money and then deposit it into like a Charles Schwab where it's free? And they said, yes, you can. But you have to pay us $250 to close the account as a closing account fee. And if you don't pay us that, then we'll take it from your retirement contribution, and then you have to pay early withdrawal taxes on that $250. So I was 20, 21 at this time. I had no idea what to do. So I just said, no, I don't want to do either of that. So they said they would put the money in a high interest checking account for me, or a savings account for me, until I figured out what I wanted to do. So that is where the money has been since I was 21. I'm 27 now. It's been in a savings account. I should have moved the money a long time ago. I should have done a lot of things, but every time I think about it, I stress out. And I stress out because I am at a stage in my debt journey where I have to worry about every single dollar. I need to give every single dollar a name, every single dollar a purpose, a place. And I just don't want to stress any more than I already am about money, so I purposely forget about it. I think it's about $900, maybe. Who knows? It could be $0 at this point. I have no idea. All I know is that it's in an account, maybe with, I think, LL Financial, maybe. That's the name of the company. I have no idea. Had they sold again since then? I have no idea. But that is my other retirement account that I have out there. That's just out there. So I'm only checking my pension on this investment tab. If I ever one day become desperate for money, then I will give them a call and I'll get my money back. But I'm not jobless, desperate. I'm just trying to pay off my debt, desperate, and not enough to call LLP Financial. I don't know what it's called. Anyways, I have to do a whole lot of research that I don't want to do right now. So, moving on. Lastly, I have my max Roth IRA contribution. That's at $0. I will not contribute to it until after I am majority of the way debt free, and again, that majority is based off of what I plan on doing with my student loans, which I have no idea what I want to do with my student loans. But that is it. That is the breakdown of my Q3 financial milestones. Thank you for following along. If you stay to the end of the video, I'd love to have you join this journey with me, so hit subscribe, click the like, leave a comment up down below if you would like. My next video will be out tomorrow, and if you have any advice for me whatsoever, please leave it down below, as I would greatly appreciate it. But other than that, thank you, and until then, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.